can show you even faster. Okay, this is a class I taught at LOFA on Wednesday. This is just part of it. But going through, and what I was focusing on was the figure construction class. But you can see the way I approach it.
With the gesture.
That's right. And then the basic construction. But I have hundreds of videos on the Vilppu subscription thing. These were...
So what are you thinking when you're doing these? Is there a specific thought process?
All the gesture, just the gesture, basic constructions, simple spheres, cylinders, and boxes. Exactly what I teach.
The foundation.
And yeah, this is the beginning, and then I work on that. But these are, you can see the steps that I was going through adding. What you have, see, when you look at this, each step, okay, this is just the idea of transition. That's a tool. That's the icon. It's a tool. Okay, from that, going over the form. In other words, I can make this go anywhere I want just by going over it. I can make it come out, or I can make it go in just by going over the surface.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, then just simple containment. So if I take and start this, see, what the idea is, this transition, you're jumping from one thing to the next, to the next. So you're leading the eye through the figure. You're following, it's like you're animating the line. Going through. So each step is each thing is a transition, it's moving. So then from there, I can show the direction and space just by going over.
Yeah, so it's about finding the inspiration of
Form. You see it's going in, coming out. Through. Then we go for that, the next icon.
Being that that's the title of the thing, I'm going to guess yes.
And so that next one is overlapping forms, I'm guessing?
But
You got it. Simple spherical forms to build.
So,
Add to it. Give information.
yeah, sure. So it
But that's the same. It's traditional drawing, but it's also the basis of basic traditional animation. Then you go into using box forms to help us analyze what the forms are doing.
Oh, so that's interesting. You don't add the boxes until this step.
No, the box is a tool.
It's a tool, okay.
These are all just tools to help you to see what you're doing. Then we go into the squish and stretch. Well, then I start saying, well, okay, this is you stretching, compressing,
If you guys want to check out the
building,
it's going to be a workshop too. It's going to be
through.
Angry Birds panel.
So that's your basic stuff.
Yeah.
Even if we go past this stuff, then we start to get involved with the way you're going back, saying, okay, here, this. Well, that's actually a way you start rendering stuff, going over the surface.
Okay, so you'll jump back to different steps as you see fit, basically.
Yeah, and eventually we start adding tone, but you're going to have to add knowledge, which then is your anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
We build how you add. You were saying you saw my stuff. Well, I'm pretty precise when I start talking.
Yeah.
On software and a computer, you can't do anything if you don't use the tool. Drawing's the same way. If you don't use the drawing tools, you're dead. Then you're just sitting here trying to copy something. That's a waste of time. You never copy.
Except drawing from life.
Even from life, you'd never copy them all.
What do you mean by that? That's an enigmatic
analyze
statement.
them all.
You analyze, okay.
Do not copy. These drawings that I just showed you, this is all from life.
All right.
And then when I draw from imagination,
Great. Oh, wow, beautiful.
now that's all from imagination.
Oh, wow.
Those are from imagination.
That's great. Oh, wow. I mean,
But they're all
That's amazing.
started exactly like this stuff. It started out exactly the same way. No difference. start coming. Once you've got that, see, it just started this, then I start to build. And I come in. Yeah.
Now I do.
If you want to win the ultimate fan package, make your way
Just
over
like
to
cartooning.
the distribution.
For imagination.
Be sure to get there by 5:30 or you will not be in.
So that's what you do. So you apply basic tools to the thing.
I saw something interesting on the first page. Could I ask you about that? I'm curious what's going on here
I
with
was
the.
explaining somebody.
But what's the these like the dark part where like in the crotches there's no outline, it seems. It kind of disappears.
Box forms. There, no, wash. These is. Atmosphere, that's another thing. The Italian called it smoke.
Oh, I remember learning about that vaguely.
Yeah.
Very cool. It looks great. I actually really love like
Yeah,
the
no,
look
you
of
take
it
and you
right there.
build,
It has a lot of
build.
atmosphere.
Okay, like taking, here.
I like how you blend the shadows into the background. It's unbroken.
It's called atmosphere. Positive, negative. Now, I've added another element in that, I've turned the eyes, I've opened the mouth. That creates an emotional response that's really subjective. So that's a tool. In other words, the minute I turn the eyes over here, you get the feeling that he's looking over here. That's a tool. You can use that. Now, if I take, even what I've got here, if I take this, and I take and turn the eyes up, and I can change the expression just by taking and doing, and if I come in, body language, I come in and I can start to take and play with the things. These are these elements that we work with. These are all learn your tools and you manipulate things. You can make because what you're doing is you're creating an experience. That's what it's all about. You're making an experience, you're telling a story. And this is different than people talk about talking about design. I don't teach Bauhaus graphics.
Okay.
I teach a lyrical, I don't know if this is lyrical, but what do you call it? Storytelling. Italian paintings all were telling a story. They all dealt with movement. You look at Bauhaus, it's we're doing with balance, differences, shapes. Yeah, you have to do with that. But it's not a storytelling thing. There's no subjective. So what I'm bringing it to is a subjective element that takes and tells us, gives us a story.
Yeah.
And the movement, that's animation.
Very enlightening.
It's a different way. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a
Would
whole-
you-
it's a
would
whole
you say
different
the-
approach to taking and
The most
thinking.
enjoyable part of the process is the actual process before the results.
Just step by step. You keep adding. But it all starts with that first. It starts with the gesture because that's composition. You're composing lines to communicate an idea. And so at the end should take and be just the development of the first. But if you don't get the first, the rest of it's a waste of time.
The end should be a development of the first. That's what your
Yeah,
first
yeah.
marks you put down, the first idea, the
'cause-
first.
Why do you do it?
Yeah. No, that's
You
a
gotta-
great
you
thing to
gotta
keep
just-
in mind.
Then you forget about it. That's your point. That's the whole key to everything you're doing.
Well
And that
said.
is animation. It's totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Well, thank you, Glenn.